man. Like, seriously, I'm really sorry to hear that, you know, one of our absolute G's, a North London legend, a man who, you know what, yeah, if there was one thing, if there was anything or just one thing that you could have taken away from, you know, just looking at Black the Ripper, is that he was someone who stood for something, bro. Like, he stood for something and was really passionate about it, and like, super talented guy. And also, just aside from that, bro, aura and everything, like meeting the guy was a big thing for me, but I'll talk about that in a bit. I know that you knew him. He's from North London as well, right? So you would have known him from Quade, right?
He's my guy still. So the reason why Black the Ripper is a very special person to me is because he eradicates the saying, don't meet your idols or stuff like that. Now, people might even be confused by that, but in North London, where we're from, we're very, very, show is the term. Yeah. Everyone thinks they're famous. Everyone thinks they're great. So it doesn't matter if someone's on TV. A man down the road thinks he's the man. Now, Black the Ripper in North was the guy. What he done on Axe FM was incredible. He beat everyone. And when it came to grime in North, he was high up. And my auntie passed away, someone that was really special to us. And a lot of Black the Ripper's music was quite conscious. So we done a cover of Song Cry. And we played it to Black. And we asked him to, you know, what he thought about it. And we thought we'd never get a response. My guy was bare cool. My bro hooked it up. He was like, he wanted to jump on a tune with us, but it was just because we couldn't go to Edmonton at the time because the area was just too crazy, man. It was just too mad, so we didn't get round to doing the song. But we stayed in contact. And then and that's 2005, 2006. And then Smiler was always playing him in North London on the wall. Shout out Smiler. And because we just love Black the Ripper so much, musically, and then we met him in person, he just ended up being one of man's close brethren. A man spoke to him, and when man spoke to him, it was for a long time. And then we wouldn't speak again for a little while. But we had that really weird relationship. When we did speak, it was a very genuine conversation about something important, and he was so respectful of everything. He was one of the few people in this industry I can say was very respectful of, even down to the way he addressed, say, the mother of my kids, irrespective of the way she may conduct herself. He was always like, wait, does Poet know that we're speaking? Like, he was such a good person, bro. So I was very cut up, fam. It's my guy, fam. It's proper man's guy, fam.
Yeah, it touched a lot of people still. It was come as a big surprise. He died in Montserrat, right? Which is like, that's his place, isn't it? I know that's one of the, I'm not sure. Is he of mixed heritage? Is he from Guyana and Montserrat? Because I know he talks about both. He talks about both of them a lot. So like, but I know that he spends a lot of time in Montserrat as well.
Bag of time over there, fam.
Yeah, he's
bag of time over there. He's always traveling. He's just always traveling anyway. He's just a traveler. That's the reasons why me and him ended up always talking, because we were always traveling. And when you travel, you just end up talking to a lot of people that travel.
Yeah,
so
he's super cultured, isn't it? Like, he's super cultured, and he knows through traveling, he's experienced a lot of things, and I feel like, you know, traveling definitely broadens your perspectives on a lot of things.
But if you listen to his music from early, he always had a broader perspective. He's a Tupac lover. I love Tupac. Always telling me about Tupac, and he stood for something. And it was a stand-up guy. He was exactly what you saw. He's exactly what he presented. He's one of the best spitters from North. I don't care what anyone says.
100%.
I loved him from early. Black is Beautiful was a fantastic tape. Proper. If a man looked,
he always had a message, innit? Like, he always had a message.
Fam.
Yeah.
Always, fam. There was a tune, I can't remember the name of it right now. Mario Winans was on the hook. I think it was a Diddy tune, and he done a rap over it about God. You don't understand, man. He bigged up his ends. I knew about Silver Street because of him. Like, I just love Black the Ripper, fam. N18. Like, he was just so good, man. It was so good, man.
He did one of the first Fire in the Booths as well. I think he was like in one of the first batches of Fire in the Booths, and he was like, when we did the first episode of 2000 and, well, I think we was wrapping up a decade, innit? And we did an episode where we was talking about Fire in the Booths and whatever. And like, before we did that episode, I was going back and I was watching some old Fire in the Booths just to see like just some of the first ones or whatever, yeah. And bro, not even just to say this, bro, but his first Fire in the Booth, like I actually urge people to go and watch it. Like go and put Black the Ripper Fire in the Booth, his first one, yeah. And like, not even just the way that, not even just what he's saying, yeah, even though that's the most important thing, but look at the way that he's saying it, bro. Like, look at the way that he's saying it. Like, he means every word, bro. He's not going in there just to flex and just to do all of that. He's come there with a thing of, this is a, like, I don't know what you're inviting me to, really. Fire in the Booth is new. I don't know about all of that. All I know is you're inviting me to come and spit. Cool, got a message. That's it, I got a message. He's cold, bro. But I met him for the first time at Jumper, funny enough.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah,
what was your impression of him when you met him?
Bro, it was love immediately, bro. Like, literally, he's come to me, and then, like, we just started chatting, and then, I don't know, sometimes, yeah, for me, you can meet people, and, like, sometimes it's just, yeah, what are you saying? Boom, love, whatever, and then you just keep it stepping. And then sometimes you occasionally, and it's not a lot, but occasionally you meet someone, and the vibe just, the conversation and the vibe just keeps you there talking for ages. Me and my man could have stood there talking until the fucking, you know, the sound man turn off the music and the lights come off and we're walking outside. There was just so much to discuss and so much to talk about. And like, we never stayed in touch on the phone or anything, but every time we saw each other, the few times that we did, it was always that. Literally, boom, chat, vibe, talk for ages, hug. But I always felt that when we left, every time I left that conversation, I was leaving with something. He was always giving me something. He was always giving me, or like, you know, just, he'd just say things just so casually where I'm like, rah, okay, rah, I hear that. Like, I proper hear that still. And I don't get that a lot. And that's one of the reasons for me personally. This is one of the reasons for me personally where, like, I guess I don't talk about it too much on here or whatnot, but I say it amongst my friends and whatnot, yeah? That, like, that's one of the reasons why I hold JME so close, because every time I come off the phone to him, I always feel like, yeah, like, I just feel like I've had a good conversation. Even if we talked about nothing, we've had a good conversation, and, like, I just feel better for it. And, like, I got that vibe from him. Every time I saw him and I'd leave him, it was like, rah, like, I just had the sickest conversation with my man.
He's one of the, man, he's one of the few people in life I didn't show the necessary appreciation. Jamie is another one, you know, and I want to start doing it, where they give off such a strong sense of independency. Sometimes I just don't even want to get in the way. Like, sometimes I don't even want to bother you too much. Like, you just look like you know what you're doing, and I don't even feel like I've got anything to contribute to your journey I don't want to sway you. But when I do see you, I'm going to show you the utmost respect and love, so you know that, like, man really checks for you, you know. And then Black was one of them people, fam. Jamie's one of them people. And I have to start maybe showing a bit more love and appreciation to that guy. That guy's, he's just got my back so much. I don't even know why, fam. And that's another thing about Black the Ripper, man.
Do you know what?
Like, do you know his first mixtape? Do you know he said in his intro, Chuckie? This is like, think about it. This is like 2005, 2006. This is the intro to his tape. Think about how people were spitting. This is what he was saying. I'm surrounded by evil. I can feel it in the air just like Beanie Siegel. I only have respect for people that respect me, so the respect's equal. I rep England like William Regal, but don't... Hey, listen, bro. That is like 2005, 2006. There's an 18-year-old kid saying, I only have respect for people that respect me, so the respect's equal. It's like, what? Like, I remember listening to that as a youth thinking, raw, so if you don't respect this youth, he don't give a damn about you. Do you know what? I'm on that. I was like, I can't lie. I was like, I'm kind of on that. Because I understood that, and it was like, that's the type of impact he was having on me anyway. I was listening to that like, raw, this guy's talking to man so, fam, like, I want to be like that. I want to have that type of attitude. I miss him, fam. I can't lie, fam.
Yeah,
he's not even been gone that long.
Well, no. But he'll definitely be missed, man. And, like, I feel like we'll, you know, when we talk about key people within our culture, like, he will always get a mention, because he was just someone who just stood for something differently. Like, This was more than music to him. He used music as a channel to spread the message and whatnot. But like, he was on a way of living thing. That's what he was on.
Chuckie, man, you don't understand, man. But you do understand, Chuckie. There's just certain people, Chucks, you look at this whole industry and they never, like, even down to Cadet, fam. I think about when Energy passed, and Energy worked so much with Nux, and he doesn't even get to see, like, Nux now. Like, on Cadet, he never gets to see, like, everything he done now. And, like, Black the Ripper, like, people don't understand how talented he was, and maybe one day he'll get all the appreciation he deserves, but maybe he will see it, but I don't know what happens afterwards. But, like, he'll never get to see it is what I sometimes think, and that's what hurts me the most.
Yeah.
The people that become, like, the cult legends, the ones that I really, really love and appreciate and try and push them to be big, sometimes they're never appreciated the way they should be until they're gone.
Yeah. The good thing is, though, is that, like, I would like to believe that he felt love, though. And the reason why I say that is because he had influence. And that's something that people, I feel like that's something that that isn't unpacked properly. I feel like influence can just get flung out like any way. Like, people just say influence these days, influencer and all of that type of shit. And there's all these quotes and terms and whatnot. But like, Black the Ripper is a person who could not drop no music for time. And he could say, you know what, I'm here. Come link me. Let's go and smoke something. And the amount of people that will go and link him wherever he is in the country. One time I saw him on Snapchat, when Snapchat was like proper thing. Bruv, this man was going to like remote places in the country that I've never even heard of. Yeah, and just setting up. And bare people was coming out. And then he was going to like different parts of the world and doing that. It's a different level of like, it's a different level of influence, but take the influence word away, is people just like him. Like, when you stand for something and you mean something and people can relate to it, then like there's like a big common denominator that keeps you all together. And like he emphasized that, he showed that a lot, and that's inspiring.
Everybody, like, it's the reason why people love you, Chuckie. Every community needs a couple people that's willing to speak up for it. It needs a couple of people that's willing to fight for the community, you know? It needs a couple of people that are willing to do the jobs that you wish you could do, but you don't have the confidence. But you're willing to support someone that will do it. And he's one of them guys.